What's good with you guys? And for today's video, I'm gonna have to go over the top 10 underrated players of this season. Let's get it.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. Yeah. My bitch love do coke.
Alright, for my number 10 spot, I'm gonna have to put Kemba Walker. The reason why I put him so high is because he's the oldest of the bunch. He's the oldest one, so he has more experience, and as of recently, Kemba Walker just not got recognized. For the 2017 NBA All-Star, he was picked, he was chosen. But he's 27. He has been in the league for a couple of years now, and he just got recognized as an All-Star. So he's basically an underrated player as of right now. Not many people even focus on Kemba Walker. He is old news, but in actuality, Kemba Walker is doing pretty good for himself this year. Kemba Walker has 21.7 points per game, 3.4 rebounds per game, and with an assist of 6.6. And he's doing that with a 43.5 field goal percentage. Kemba Walker is not a sleeper. He's actually a pretty good player, but not many people will focus on Kemba Walker because he's just not that type of player that you want to focus on. Even though he's a face of the Charlotte Hornets, he is still just one of those good point guards that you would rather pick Kyrie, Stephen Curry, even Lonzo Ball over. He's just really not that player that you will put the game winner in his hands. So I feel that he's an underrated player. In the number 9 spot, I'm gonna have to put Jeff Green. I didn't know if I was gonna put him in the list at all, so I have to change my opinion about Kemba Walker. Jeff Green is actually the oldest one that is in this right now. He is 31, but Jeff Green, he is that guy. He's that guy that can get you buckets when you need him. He plays for the Cavaliers with LeBron James, but he don't have anything fed to him in a silver platter. He's actually doing it on his own. He is actually helping the Cavaliers win games because there's an injured Isaiah Thomas, and the other players on the team are really that trash. They are really not contributing, and Jeff Green, he is doing his thing. Jeff Green averages 10.8 points per game, 2.4 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists per game, and he's doing that on a 51 field goal percentage, so that is pretty good. He's actually playing to a high caliber type of player. This is his first season in the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he's doing pretty good. In November 9th, he actually had a 27 point game, but unfortunately, they still lost to none other than the Houston Rockets, one of the best teams in the conference right now. But never mind that, we are talking about Jeff Green, who is really an underrated player. He will never be on anyone top 10 MVP, top 10 anything actually. But in my top 10, I put him there because he really can get you buckets. He really is a grinder. He will give you putback dunks. He will hustle for the ball, and he will get the team a lead. He will get turnovers, and he's really that good on the defensive and offensive end. So that's why I put him in number 9. And for the 8th spot, I'm gonna have to put Frank. Frank from New York Knicks. I don't know how to spell his last name or pronounce it, but 8th spot will have to be Frank. This man is a force of nature, and he's doing great. 8th overall pick of the 2017 draft, and he is showing promise. Not many people even thought that he would be this good, and they didn't want him to be that good. Although his points are not looking that great with the average of 4.4 points per game, 1.9 rebounds per game, but he does have an assist rate of 5 assists per game with a decent field goal percentage of 34 points per game. But you got to recognize that he's not a starter, he's a bench player. But when he does start and when he does play, he does show out. He has great chemistry with Kristaps Porzingis, and he shows out and shows everybody that why he plays to the great caliber that he plays to, and that he's not a sleeper, and that you should play him like you would play any great basketball player like LeBron James, etc. He's that good when he steps on the court. But if you see him go to the 3-point line, let him shoot. It's really that simple. He is not a good 3-point shooter. Matter of fact, he has like a 25% chance that he's gonna make a 3-point shot. He's not that good, but that's something that he can prove on. He hasn't even spent 1 year in the league, but he is playing great. So I believe that you give him time, he will be a great player. So he's an underrated player right now, and he does have promise, and he does show us potential. So that's who I put on for my number 8 spot. For the 7th spot, I'm gonna have to put Jamal Murray. He's 6'4", 207 pounds, and he's great. He's a good player. Last game that he had, he dropped 32 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. This man can flat out shoot. He does have the stroke. Just give him space and let him start. He will give you buckets. Trust, he's a sleeper. Not many people will even mention him if they're talking about good basketball players. He's just not that type of player that you want to talk about. He's really that much of a sleeper. He averages 12.8 points per game, 2.4 rebounds per game, and 2.5 assists per game. with a 42.8 field goal percentage. He is great. Jamal Murray is really that good of a contributing factor on any team. He is really that guy that can get you buckets, but he's not the focus of the franchise. He doesn't have that much publicity so that anybody can market him as a great player. He's just one of those type of players. He's basically your average everyday basketball player in the eyes of fans, but technicality wise, he is a great player. He's an underrated player, and at the rate he's going right now, he should be an all-star. Like, it's that simple. If he continue to play the way he plays, he but he should be an all-star, because all-star is not something that you can be just off of skills, because I'm pretty sure Lonzo Ball has a chance to be an all-star. He's not gonna be as great as Kobe or LeBron James like this season, but he will be an all-star, either the rookie all-star or the main all-star event. He will be considered an all-star because he really have that fan base that are really that loyal that will vote for him. But Jamal Murray, on the other hand, he doesn't have it like that, but he's a great player, and that's why I put him in my number 7 spot. In the number 6 spot, I'm gonna have to put my boy Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a great player, but we already know he came from that injury, so most people slept on him, say he was a buzz, but that's not the case. He just wasn't able to play for Philadelphia. It's really that simple. Ben Simmons, on the other hand, he is great. If we're talking about how he's playing right now this season, he's averaging 17.4 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, 7.8 assists per game, with a field goal percentage of 48.6. He is doing great, and he's turning stuff for the 76ers franchise that not many players can do. 76ers been dead for a while, and Ben Simmons actually changing that, and more people's actually coming to the 76ers game. Not many people would do that before Ben Simmons, but now they are. Ben Simmons, at the caliber he's playing at, he might be the next LeBron James. Just give it a few years. I feel that he will be the next LeBron James. He's that efficient off the pick and roll. He has the vision of a point guard. He's 6'10". He's pretty quick for his height and his weight. So that shows that with a little more of practice and strengthening and conditioning, he will be that great of a player. He has one of the best IQs in the game that not many people can have for his height. And I feel that will push him over the edge and make him one of the best underrated players that can become the greatest. So that's why I put on my number 6 spot. And for my number 5 spot, I'm gonna have to put Kyle Kuzma. That man is nasty. Kyle Kuzma averages 5.2 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, and 1.3 assists per game, with a field goal percentage of 51.6. This man is underrated as heck. I mean, this man is really that good, but he's not a starter, so he wasn't able to showcase his talent. But while he was playing for the NBA Summer League, he really showed us how capable he is of playing a great game. He is 22 years old, and he is showing us promise. As soon as he come off the bench and is starting, he is going off. I mean, he's going crazy. Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram. Those are like the big 3 for Lakers right now. And that Kyle Kuzma, he is really a big factor. He really contributes a lot, and he's the main reason why Lonzo Ball got the triple-double of only playing 15 games in the NBA. It's because of him, because he really goes down. He really shows us how great of a player he is, and that he can't stop any player that goes in front of him. Kyle Kuzma, if he keep playing in the great mentality that he has and the great physicality that he has, he will become one of the best basketball players. Just wait on it. He really is that great of a player, and he just needs time, and he really needs just to start the whole season. I bet you if he does that, he may be averaging 25 points per game. Who knows? They might even win the championship. That's a little bit of a stretch, but anything is possible in this NBA season. So that's who I put in for my number 5 spot. For my number 4 spot, I'm gonna have to put D'Angelo Russell. This man, we already know when he was playing for the Lakers that he was a good player. And actually, in my opinion, he played better than Lonzo, but I feel that they needed somebody new, so they wanted Lonzo, so they traded. I feel that was a bad decision. D'Angelo Russell is really doing great, averaging 20.9 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, and 5.7 assists per game, with a field goal percentage of 46.3%. He's efficient on the offensive end and also on the defensive end. I feel that D'Angelo Russell single-handedly just took Brooklyn Nets from the worst team to one of the best teams in the league. It's really that simple. D-Loading really has that. He has the bag. He has anything that you would need in a guard like him. He can show you how to play like a guard and give you buckets. But Lakers didn't see that. They wanted somebody less ball handling and more team orientated that they can work the whole team around, and D-Loading was not that player, so they had to let him go. But I feel that it was a terrible decision because D-Loading really has potential, but they let him go. So that's who I put in for my number 4 spot. For my number 3 spot, I'm gonna have to put Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo is a great player, but not many people will put trust in Victor Oladipo. Even me, in my opinion, I did not not feel that he'll be doing this good while playing in Pacers. He's averaging 23.4 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 3.6 assists per game with a 48 field goal percentage. He is playing great. 6'4", he is doing everything. I feel that his offense really is just that phenomenal. He really gets to the basket real easy. It's real simple for him to play defense, and he can give you buckets. So I feel that Victor Oladipo is really a cheat code. It's really not fair that how good he's playing right now. I mean, we should expect him to be playing good though in that caliber because he was a first round second pick, so he should be playing good. He's basically telling us this season that he is that guy and that you should not mess with him. So I feel that Victor Oladipo need to continue to play like this consistently dropping 20 plus points per game, and that he will be an all-star and he will show us that he was an underrated player, and now he is here to stay and show us that he can become a top tier guard. So that's who I put in for my number 3 pick. For my number 2 pick, I'm gonna have to put Devin Booker. Devin Booker averages 22.3 points per game, 4.9 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game with a field goal percentage of 44.8. He's only 21. This man is 21 and he's doing people like that. He's doing cats like that. Like, we really need to show him respect where respect is due. Devin Booker is really that underrated. Even though he's a franchise player now, he's the face of the franchise, he's still an underrated player because Phoenix in general is not that team that you would go to watch. They're really not that fun to watch, but Devin Booker is. He is that player. Unfortunately, they lost Eric Bledsoe, which is a stupid decision on their end, but Devin Booker, on the other hand, he can give you buckets, so he actually doesn't need Eric Bledsoe, but he was a good addition to the team. But Eric Bledsoe had to go because of other decisions, but Devin Booker, he's really that guy, and I feel that he needs at least 1 or 2 more years in the Phoenix Suns to find some good players to play with them, because I feel that the only reason why Phoenix Suns is as trash as they are is just because the players are really not that good. Devin Booker needs better players to play with them so that he can be recognized as a great player, just like Golden State Warriors. All he needs is that good system to play with them, and he will take off. So that's who I put for my number 2 spot. And for my number 1 spot, I'm gonna have to put Dennis Smith Jr. This man is really an underrated player. He really can get off. He takes smart shots and he will get a poster on you. He's really that ball dominant. He's more of a rookie version of Russell Westbrook, real close to his prime. That's how crazy he is. He averages 14.8 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game, 4.9 assists per game with a 40.2 field goal percentage. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. This rookie is really doing things. He should have been the first round pick. Like, he should have been the first pick of the 2017 draft. He's really that good, and I feel that if he continue to play that way, he will become one of the best players. I feel that he's getting his IQ from Dirk Nowitzki because he plays with him, so I feel that he'll steer him in the right direction, show him how to play the game, show him what to do and not to do, how to run the pick and roll, and how to play in a fast-paced rhythm and also play smart. So having a veteran like Dirk Nowitzki will improve his state of mind and his play. So that's all I got for you guys. That's just my top 10 of underrated players that have been looked over, looked past, nobody even cares about. Please leave a like, leave a comment down below of who I should have included, and if the people that I included are great players or if I'm sleeping, and also subscribe. Links for my Twitter and Instagram will be in the description down below, and I'm out.